I'm Caleb Henry. I'm in the Department of Political Science, and I've had basically, I'd say, two projects that have both been centered on the same class, a law and society class that I teach, which has quite a few different kinds of students. It includes both students that are committed to going to law school and other students who are interested in law and society but not necessarily planning on going to law school. So the question was how I could create a class that could do both, that could really fulfill the needs of both of those students. The two main projects that related to that would be, the first would be some screencasts that I've set up and that went directly to iTunes. That was particularly helpful for allowing me to have really high-level constitutional law books that would be available for law students, but not necessarily mandatory for students who were uninterested in that level of constitutional law. That's the first big project. The second big project for the class was the availability actually for videotaping guest speakers. I bring in quite a few lawyers who speak, and so the question was how I could have those lectures be available for future classes. So basically the videotaping of those lectures and then putting those on iTunes has made it incredibly helpful for allowing those lectures to be available not just for that class but also for future classes. I would recommend it. As always, it's going to depend on the format of the class. I found it particularly helpful for classes where you're going to have students from a widely disparate perspective. My law and society class in particular draws from many different or students with many different goals. And so for students or for professors who are looking to create more adaptability within the class, I would highly recommend it. The key was to discover how somebody who has never done anything remotely like this was going to be taught. And David was wonderful to work with. He basically was, the important thing to note was the slowing down, which has always been a struggle for me. I'm used to giving lectures where if I get excited I tend to speak more quickly, and that may or may not work well in the classroom, but it's a disaster for online videos. So David was very good at helping me to slow down, speak in a more measured tone to make sure that that the audio file wasn't corrupted. So that was remarkably easy to work with. It's one of those, I would say that David Wicks is particularly good at making the project seem very easy. And as every professor knows, that's when you are at the top of your craft, when you can make it seem obvious and then you look back and know that it was never going to be obvious unless he had showed it to you.